everybody. I'm Sophia Parola with the Garden State Film Festival, and here with me is Ben Kujawski, writer, director, and editor of the short film, Do You Think Jesus Like Hard-Boiled Eggs? Wonderful name. I love that name, and I love the film. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk to you about it.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. So before I get into these questions, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and a little synopsis of the short film?
So I'm originally from Long Island. I went to the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan to study film. I was in LA for the last like 5 years, and then I'm now currently in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've been here for about 6 months.
Wow.
And yeah, so obviously I've done a lot of traveling with living in those places across the country. So the film is kind of inspired by those travels around the country, and I guess the desert as a place that people sort of flock to and interpret in their own way, and uh, the ways they kind of get by in that landscape.
Wow. Beautiful. That's so amazing that this was inspired by your travels. When did you write this film?
Um, well, we shot in November 2019.
Hmm.
I'd probably say I started writing about a year before that.
Wow. So, like, what was that writing process like? Was it fiction? Was this something that you personally went through? Like, where did you come up with this idea and also this title of the film, which I really enjoy?
Um, like I said, it was just inspired by nothing I personally went through, but just traveling around mostly the Southwest and meeting people and observing people and stuff like that.
Hmm.
The title, I don't know. I always have such a hard time coming up with a title, but I was reading Flannery O'Connor's "Everything That Rises Must Converge" at the time, and I just kind of like the idea of having this kind of long, I guess, clunky title.
Wow. And I have to tell you, I mean, it definitely is like eye catching. I'm like, all right, I want to see this film. And then
Yeah,
I don't know what to
people
expect. So
like
I
it.
love that.
Yeah.
So where did you film? You mentioned the desert. It's a beautifully shot. I love the scenery. So yeah, where did we film this?
We filmed in Southwest Arizona,
Uh,
just over the state line. Basically, it's as you've seen, it's a very desolate area. But
mhm.
yeah, where we wound up filming.
What was the filming process like? I know Arizona can be hot and dry. Like, were we okay? What was this like?
Yeah, we actually got really lucky. I mean, in November, it's actually pretty nice out there. It's usually in like the 70s during the day, and yeah, I mean, the filming process was, we just took a lot of planning, and
Mhm.
we went out there a few times to scout the location, and just a lot of using our resources in that sort of way, and that's kind of we had a very small crew, and I mean that's kind of what it took to pull it off was just a lot of planning.
Was there a lot of like lights and stuff, or did you mostly use like the natural light and what was given?
No, this was all I don't think we used one light
Wow.
the whole
It's
so it was
gorgeous.
all,
I'm amazed.
thank you.
That's great. And where did you find your lead actress who kills it in this film? I mean, I love that a lot of this is shown and not told. So I would love to know the process of casting her.
Yeah, so actually she was just kind of a recommendation through a, a filmmaker friend of mine, Rachel Lambert. Um, we were just looking for people, trying to cast, and she recommended her. Quinn Cook is out of Nashville, so we just did this sort of thing, like had a, FaceTime sort of audition, and that she flew out, and yeah, that's about all
Wow.
there is to it.
That's amazing. And I saw in this the original music was done by you as well.
Yes, it was.
How did you find the sound for this?
I think music is for a film is for me is always just kind of a process of elimination, but obviously with the banjo, I wanted sort of this like Americana uh, feel to it, and
Hmm.
just something that kind of reflected the um, droning, sort of landscape of the desert,
Right. So, was there a lot of rehearsals for this film? Because I know, as I said, a lot of it is shown and not told. So, like, how did you get what you needed out of your lead and everything that we see in the film?
There was not a lot of rehearsal. We did one rehearsal the night before we went out to Arizona
Wow.
because Quinn had flown in from Tennessee, and then Ernie he flew in from Portland. So we didn't have a lot of time, and it was a lot of kind of finding it as we were there. But fortunately, I think all of it kind of clicked and worked out.
Yeah. It definitely did. That's so great that you like flew in half of the cast, or well, and there's not a lot of people
Yeah,
in it, but everyone basically flew out from different locations.
yeah, I've never done that before, so yeah.
So looking back at this experience, I mean, how do you feel? What are you most proud of?
I guess I'm just I'm most proud of it. It was kind of a stylistic change for me,
Mm.
and I hadn't shot in a few years, and it was just kind of. I guess that's kind of what I'm most proud of, is just like pulling the whole and 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 just making a film that I'm happy with.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful film, and it's great that you haven't shot in a few years, and this is the result of that because
Yeah.
it's really gorgeous. So my
Thank you.
last question to wrap up this interview is, how did you hear about the Garden State Film Festival, and how does it feel having Do you think Jesus Like Hard Boiled Eggs screen here?
Well, it feels great, and I actually heard about it because we premiered the film at the Woodstock Film Festival, and
Wow, it's a great place to premiere.
Yeah, Heather L. Scanlon was there, and I met her there, and she you know um, recommended submitting the film to Garden State. And yeah.
Oh, amazing. So are you gonna, I know you travel a lot. Are you traveling to Jersey to see this screen?
I would love to. I'm not sure it's gonna
Mhm.
happen, but we'll see.
Okay, well, let's hope, fingers crossed that you do, because it'd be amazing to be in the audience and see this on the big screen at the Garden State Film Festival. I think it's gonna be really great.
Yeah, and I love Jersey too. So,
Oh, you do? You've been here before?
well, I'm from Long Island,
Oh,
and
right, right. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
you traveled so much. Well, that's great. Yeah, you got to come back home for this.
yeah.
Well, the good thing is this will be screening virtually as well. People can get an all virtual pass, $44.95. But if you or anyone who's watching do happen to see this in person, it will be screening at the Berkeley Hotel in the Kingsley Ballroom, Saturday, March 26th in the film block 3:45 to 5:15 p.m. So thank you, Ben, very, very much for taking some time out to talk to us about your film, and congratulations.
Thanks, Sophia.